Money FM 89.3. Best of breakfast. Companies to watch.
Okay, here's where we've got a bit of a shopping list for you to look at. What companies are worth a bit more attention these days? And of course, to help us out, we've got Decadent Dan.
Whoa.
Apparently he loves his burgers triple patties.
Wow. Oh, yeah, you saw the picture that Audrey gave, right? But yeah, it's a great patty. I think it's the first time I had to hold the burger with my hand, like really just split open so wide.
You've got big hands.
Yeah. Oh, you know what they say with big hands. But yes, Ryan, welcome to Companies to Watch. That's a segment where we spotlight and stock you up with ideas of listed companies, where we'll be looking at market trends and hidden gems or warning signs to steer clear of. 88550893. Join us in this conversation and tell us whether you think it's going to be hot or not. You ready?
Yeah, and this one's going to be quite fun because it's into the world of crypto.
Yeah, we're going digital. Big news is shaking up the intersection of traditional finance and the crypto world. Circle, that's the company behind the popular USDC stablecoin. They are making a significant move towards becoming a publicly traded entity. And it's not just another corporate filing, Ryan. It's potentially game-changing for the cryptocurrency industry, because for years we've seen how the crypto space, watched companies like Coinbase go public, bridging the gap between digital assets and mainstream investment. And with Circle now stepping into the spotlight, that signals that there is an increasing maturity and institutional interest in the digital asset ecosystem.
At least a bit more than what it was before. People are just saying it's still hype. It might pop one day. So that's still to be, I guess, decided.
Exactly. But yeah, let's dive a little bit more into what's to be expected for the IPO. So USDC stablecoin issuer Circle Internet Group, they have initiated an IPO on the New York Stock Exchange to raise up to $624 million. The listing was confirmed in a filing with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission this week on Tuesday, and the offering includes 24 million Class A common shares, with 9.6 million from Circle and 14.4 million from existing stakeholders. So the proposed price range is expected to be around $24 to $26 per share under the ticker symbol CRCL. And if it's priced at the upper limit, Circle would generate nearly $250 million from its portion of the sale, while stakeholders could earn close to $375 million. How does that sound like to you?
Yeah, sounds like part of the course. And I like the idea that it's got some plans to, I guess, expand its business. So things are going well on the surface for Circle.
Yeah, it does seem like they're trying to expand their influence within the traditional finance space. According to the IPO filing, Circle's fully diluted valuation is expected to be at about $6.7 billion. So the decision to launch an IPO comes after the company had tried several times to go public. Because if you remember, according to Jeremy Allaire, he has been trying to chase a public listing since at least 2021, when it announced a blank check company merger that was later scrapped. But now it does seem quite hopeful that Circle is going to be up on the NYSE. The potential offering values the stablecoin issuer at about $5.65 billion at the top of the range, and such a valuation would be a significant cut from Circle's past figures. I mean, we've seen how the company was valued at $7.7 billion after a funding round back in 2022. That's according to data provider PitchBook, after a failed merger with a blank check company in the same year. That would have valued it at $9 billion. So I guess for what they can get out in, I suppose, traditional finance and an IPO, it's okay for them to settle for less.
IPOs are normally about timing, find the right time.
Yeah.
And I think no better time when Bitcoin prices are breaking new record highs.
Exactly.
There's a lot of bullish sentiment around crypto and a lot of financial institutions also jumping on board.
That's right. We've seen a lot of institutional investors also being attracted to such an IPO. ARK Investment Management, that's led by Kathy Wood. She has shown interest in acquiring up to $150 million worth of shares. And due to this level of involvement from major institutions, stablecoin companies are likely to see a boost in confidence. On top of that, let's not forget, the deals involving crypto firms and publicly traded companies that have increased since Donald Trump's election back in November, as the president's ties to the sector signaled the lifting of some degree of the regulatory uncertainty. And just yesterday, Ryan, Trump Media and Technology Group also announced that it will raise about $2.5 billion to invest in Bitcoin. That's as it looks to diversify its revenue. So talk about, optimism within the cryptocurrency space.
Quite a trend. GameStop as well. And of course, the OG of it is, I believe, MicroStrategy with Michael Saylor. So they've been all talking about parking their reserves in Bitcoin, and so far it's working out.
That's right. But Circle did warn investors in its filing that in addition to the risks of operating and competing in a new rapidly developing industry, a lack of federal regulation might lead to its stablecoins being classified as securities, which is also likely to materially affect its business.
That's the thing with regulations, right? So now you've got Donald Trump in the White House. Who knows what might change when he's not there?
Exactly. He's got 3-4 years to go. So
he's like the crypto president with his own coin. Buy the next one. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows, right? But that would pretty much do it for our Stock in Focus Circle. I think I'm probably going to go with a hot, while I guess the optimism is still bleeding into the markets.
Yeah, I'll join you there. It does look like a lot of momentum, a lot of hype, a lot of tailwinds for Circle Internet.
All right, and that's all we have for today's Stock in Focus, Circle Internet Group. Now, Ryan, USDC is a fully reserved stablecoin, meaning that every USDC token is backed 1:1 by cash or short-duration U.S. government bonds. But it's not all USDC with Circle, because they're also building an entire Web3 infrastructure platform, including APIs for payments, wallets, DeFi, and digital identity. It's positioning itself basically as a key player in programmable money and blockchain-based finance.
All right, I'm sold.
So, what's a stablecoin's favorite type of relationship?
A stable relationship?
Close. 1-to-1.
1-to-1?
1:1, right?
Oh, okay. Okay. It took me a while.
And that's all we have for Circle.
Before acting on the information on Money FM, please consider if it's suitable for your own investment objectives, financial situation, and risk tolerance.